Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is now the week of April 15th, 2018. I hope you've all filed your taxes because it's that time of the year. Hollywood, Jay Williams here with the professor. Good morning.
Morning.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like you just got up.
Yeah, your hair looks a little fluffy, so we're equal.
We're equal here.
That's it. Jay and his fancy new haircut.
Dangerous Dan is on assignment this week.
He's on assignment in Istanbul.
Somewhere, undisclosed location.
That's it. Keep him there.
We can't say.
Keep him there.
But here we have the myth, the legend, the man himself, the Amish phenom himself, Zachariah Gibbs.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mr. Williams.
Anytime.
Mr. Thompson, you referee.
Nice to see you there, Mr. Gibbs.
Nice to see you. Yeah.
So, I hope we're not intimidating you with all this technology here.
Yeah, a little bit. These bright lights and whatever an exit is, it's confusing.
It's confusing.
That's a door.
Yeah.
You have those down in Amish country, doors?
Yeah, I think I built a few on my barns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now, what time did you get up this morning?
5 a.m.
5 a.m. And what was the first thing you did this morning?
I milked the cows.
All right.
You milk the cows.
So it is true. They do milk the cows.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a whole science behind that, too.
Yeah, I don't want to know that.
Right.
This is a PG show,
Exactly.
so let's keep it
So
clean.
you milk the cows. Did you go out and plow the fields a little
Yep,
bit?
plowed the field. I built 2 barns. I lifted some cows. I ran around the field. Then I was picked up by my manager, Jacob Zimmerman. I came in a horseless buggy, and here I am.
And here you are.
Yes.
Horseless buggy just dropped you off. There's an ordinance in town about those.
Yeah, just make sure you clean up out there after
Right.
that, too. We got to,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I see you brought your butter churn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sleep with that thing?
No.
Oh, okay, just checking.
Not until we're married.
Anyway.
That's pretty good.
Not until
The
you're
Amish
married.
have a sense of humor.
I guess they do.
Yeah.
Right. So you bring this butter churn with you to the ring every time.
Yes. A little bit of an intimidation factor. Throws them off their game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how much butter do you get out of that after you churn it?
About 3 gallons.
About 3 gallons. Oh,
3
okay.
gallons.
Wow, that's a lot of butter.
That's a lot of heart attacks.
It's a lot of butter.
Mm-hmm. A lot of heart attacks there.
Yes.
So what would we have going on today, Jay?
What do we have going on today?
Yes, what are we talking?
We have Zachariah Gibbs here.
We do.
We have Zachariah Gibbs here because Zachariah Gibbs on the 21st makes his debut
21st of what, Jay?
of April.
That would be on a Saturday.
It'll be on a Saturday.
Where's he going to be?
He's going to be making his debut at the Mohegan Sun.
That's
Not-
like
not the
the
arena.
big. That's like the biggest casino on the East Coast or anywhere, isn't it?
It's either the biggest or the second biggest.
Mhm.
Foxwoods might be bigger. Don't know. We really don't have time to go out there and measure the two of them right now.
Yeah, it would be a really long
Right.
day.
But as part of the Connecticut Fitness Expo,
Yep.
Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling presents All or Nothing.
All or nothing. You
All
got
or
that,
nothing.
Gibbs? It's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing. All or nothing. We're going to see later on. I got some footage here, but we're going to see later on at the end of that, gentleman Mario Mancini
Yeah. He doesn't. He's not very fond of Mr. Gibbs.
is not very fond of you for some reason.
I just don't understand what his problem is with me, but I asked him to come on this wonderful program of the Square Circle, and he refused to come face-to-face with me, and I lost some respect for him.
Oh.
He couldn't just roll out of bed. I've been up since 5 a.m. doing all the work I had to before showing up, and he couldn't just get out of bed and come face-to-face with me.
Well, I think it'll all be settled
Mm-hmm.
It will.
the 21st of April.
When I beat him, it will be settled.
I mean, has this been going on for a while between you and Mario?
I never had a problem with Mario. He just, as you saw, came out, called me nose punk, whatever punk is, I don't know, and just went on a charade, I guess. And he didn't want to have a match with me, but now he will.
Now he will.
Shouldn't have ran his mouth.
I think that was Big Steve Tracy
Yes,
came
it
up
was.
during that tirade, and Mancini said, Mr. Mancini said he wasn't going to wrestle Mr. Gibbs, and Big Steve Tracy came on and said, "Hey, you're going to wrestle him, and you're going to wrestle him at Mohegan Sun." So yeah,
All or nothing.
Yes.
And that's it. It's all or nothing. Zachariah
Yep.
Gibbs.
For the first time and the last time, I will beat Mario Mancini.
it's
Oh,
pretty
A
confident.
lot of people have beat Mario Mancini.
Yes, I have.
Right. Apparently.
Did you beat him?
No.
Okay.
I
How about you,
I never wrestled.
Professor?
What's that?
How about you, Professor Referee?
I'm just a referee. I do not wrestle.
Okay.
I just count. I just count 1, 2, 3. That's
Well,
it.
what about that spear you took? You want to wrestle now?
Yes, I did recently take a spear in the ring from Mr. Chris Battle during the Marcel Williams and Chris Battle championship match. Mr. Showtime, Mr. Williams, Red Lion, Mr. Battle, and yes, I inadvertently was speared. So, yes, it was quite an interesting morning. The following morning, that was our most recent PAPW show for autism. So, yes, I think I heard some cheers in the background, but I'm not sure if Zachariah Gibbs was cheering during that time. So he seemed concerned when I came out, as did a few people.
I was
so.
very concerned.
That's sure. So, but I've done a number of Mr. Gibbs' matches, so he's very talented. I've watched, as you probably have watched, Mario Mancini through the years.
Right.
You know, he's retired.
Well,
I guess
until semi-retired until next week.
I'm going to
He
tell
can
you
stay
something.
retired.
If we've all known Mario for quite a while, I was very surprised by the fact that he went out and seemed to have a bone to pick with Gibbs, Mr. Gibbs, because the fact that maybe the fans seemed to really be into it with him. He when I'm out there, he seems to get a lot of cheers. That really doesn't affect how I call the match overall, but I think maybe Mr. Mancini was maybe annoyed with him for whatever reason and decided, to take matters on his own hands. But I could tell you that, and I think you could attest to this too, Mr. Mancini is probably in the best shape he has been in quite a few years. So I think that it'll be a tremendous match. Youth and vigor are usually something where, you got a lot of, he used the word, I don't know if he used the words was it moxie? I was watching Night at the Museum, so I heard that word.
Right.
But experience and, the people that Mr. Mancini has wrestled through the years. I mean, he's literally wrestled everybody.
But how many wins does he have from everybody?
I don't know if sometimes you have to look at the things and say to yourself, is like, does that, listen, I'm sure he has more than a few wins. But you have to look at the people he's wrestled, The Undertaker. He's wrestled, God rest his soul, Macho Man Randy Savage. He's been in the ring with anybody. If you go down the Hall of Fame for the WWE, Mario Mancini at one point has probably wrestled.
But Mario's not in the
a
Hall
lot
of
of, yeah, that's maybe
Not
that's
yet.
true. But he's in the New England Hall of Fame.
That doesn't count.
That counts if you're in there. So
It counts a lot.
yeah. So, but what happens is he's wrestled so many legends, Zachariah is a very good wrestler, and but he's not a legend. So I think two worlds collide here. This is like DC meeting Marvel. This is like the Yankees in Boston. This is
Star
like
Trek and Star Wars.
No, please, Star Wars, Star Trek. That's like that's like apples and oranges. really good Apple, Star Wars, Star Trek, a little bit lower there. So,
I think
but
it's the other way around.
But you got two worlds collide here, and I think it's going to be a great match. And I'm telling you, I don't know. It's going to be very close to call, and I don't know if I'm refereeing that match that night. We generally don't find out until we get to the arena.
I think I had better luck with El Refe in my matches than you. So.
Well, that's it. Maybe that's something you need to look at. But I think that we all call them straight down the middle.
I'm not so sure about you, though.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, hopefully Mr. Mancini doesn't, doesn't feel the same way. But that is those decisions are made by a higher group. You get that with Mr. Paul Roma, legend.
Paul Roma's Hall of Fame bound too for
Yeah.
New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yes, he is. So he basically says this is who the referees are going to take these particular matches. So whatever decision he makes, whether it's El Refe, John Mendez, or myself, we go from there. But I think both of these gentlemen, Zachariah and Mr. Mancini, will have their hands full with each other.
All right. So this is your first time on this telecast.
Yes.
What makes you tick? What brought you here to begin with? And I'm not talking about your horseless buggy. I'm talking about professional wrestling to begin with. What made you want to do it?
Well, I was plowing the field and just doing my regular work on the farm, and then Mr. Zimmerman found me, and he thought that I have great strength, and with some training, I could be a wrestler. And he talked to my parents, and they said I could try it. So he brought me in the horseless buggy to Paul Roma and Mario Mancini, and they saw what I had, and they said, we can train him. And that's what
And you never even heard of professional wrestling?
No.
You don't even know who Hulk Hogan was or Ric Flair or any of those?
No.
Because you don't have television.
No. Simple life.
Simple life.
Yes.
And now you found your calling.
Yes.
Right.
Beating Mario Mancini, that's my calling.
That's going to be your calling.
Yes. He's just jealous of how I'm more talented than him at 15 and 16 years old than he has been his whole life.
Oh boy,
Wow. That's a bold statement.
that's a bold statement.
That's a very bold
But
statement.
it's a true
I would not
statement.
want to be in the ring with Mr. Mancini after some of these comments. So,
What else? What are your aspirations? After Mario, after you defeat him, then what?
if he defeats him,
When I
Yes.
defeat him, he had it right. Good job, Mr. Williams. Bill. Just stick to my wrestling. Go on to be a PAPW champion after I beat Mr. Mancini. And just
interesting.
live the simple life of an Amish man.
now currently the champion is Marcel Williams.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Now, if I'm correct, have you wrestled Mr.
I wrestled Mr. Williams in a singles match at the North Haven Fair for the Intercontinental Championship.
We do remember that.
Then I wrestled him at the beginning in that gauntlet match.
Yes.
And I unfortunately lost both of those matches.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, you have to understand. The other thing you have to look at, you're fairly new into it. So
Yes.
those are the beginning is probably how many months ago now?
about 3.
3 in the North Haven Fair, which I'm sure you love the North Haven Fair. You got some little cows
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
chickens and
From a little piece of home.
there's a little
Right.
piece of home. That was very early on in your
Yeah,
career.
that was
so,
about my 4th match.
yeah. So again, this could be, and I hate to use the word barn burner.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a threat?
What's that?
Barn burner?
No, it's not a threat.
It's a figure of
It's
speech.
a figure of speech we use here.
Alright.
Right.
Barn burner, like it could
I
be
don't-
really hot and could be really,
I don't trust Mr. Professor Referee.
Well, we
You
don't
don't burn your barn.
we don't burn any barns
I
here.
know you won.
We don't have
You
any
seem like a
barns.
great man.
There are no barns in East Haven
Yeah.
because we burned them all down.
You're aware there are other wrestling organizations in this Connecticut area,
But none like PAPW.
None like PAPW.
There's nobody that matches Paul Roma.
So you can't imagine yourself working for any other company besides PAPW.
I can, but not full time like I do with PAPW.
Not full time.
And is that because you have such a arduous schedule based on the things you have to do at
I'm
your
just
farm?
loyal to PAPW, They trained me. They said I can do this, and I am.
Good.
You know, if you ever change your mind, I do have some connections.
I don't know
Other
that.
places. Up north, specifically.
I will speak from experience based on what I know. Anything that he's connected with, you don't want to be connected with. And make sure you get all your shots before you go.
Wow.
Hey, now.
I'm connected with a lot of things. Some things we can't talk about here.
Yeah, some things we can't talk about either. So, do we have any footage?
We do have footage.
We do.
Yeah, we can talk over this footage
Well,
and
let's look at it.
discuss it. Discuss what we're seeing here. At the end of this, you'll see what happened that transpired between you and Mario.
Yes.
I think this will tell a lot.
Let's roll.
You know you have to push the play button, right?
I do realize that. Don't see enough of him anymore.
Ooh, a cheap shot there.
Right.
That's a lie. I don't believe any of that. Is Putin a real thing? Is that even real?
Yes.
Yes, it is. He's the president of Russia.
Is Russia a real place?
Yes,
Yes, it is. Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Wow, Sergeant Murray really likes that butter churn, huh?
That was disgraceful to everything Amish.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting here. You got a lot of interesting characters in the ring right now. A
Yes,
wide
we do.
range. Sergeant Murray, Richard Holliday, Zachariah Gibbs, Joseph DiNucci. Uh-oh.
Of all the people in this business, I got a dirt bag for an opponent. And a referee that wasn't much better.
He's a dirtologist.
But
Do you know how long you have to go to school to become a dirtologist?
by looking at him, he didn't go to school.
Oh, he's a professional.
At what? Smelling bad?
Dirtology.
At smelling bad?
He's a dirtologist.
Does he have a degree? Or?
Yes, he's one of the world's most foremost experts on dirtology.
Doesn't look like it. That referee, surprised he didn't hit me while my back was turned.
When you step on the ground is dirt. If there was no dirt, there'd be no earth.
But this guy's such a dirtbag, he doesn't know what place we're in.
Oh, you're clearly in Madison, Connecticut.
He probably thinks
I'll
we're
tell you
in,
that Mr. DiNucci could certainly belt it out there, can he?
Yeah.
So we start the match. Oh, look, who's the referee?
Yeah, very unfortunate.
So we'll start this match any moment after I'm checking Dirtbag Dan, which was not a
Did
lot
you check
of fun.
him thoroughly?
I checked him thoroughly. I put your...
He had a lot of dirt, so I don't think he did.
Well, you know what?
He's a dirtologist.
Yeah.
I put your butter churn in the corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got to make sure all the weapons are out of the ring.
It's not a weapon, it's a butter churn.
Mm-hmm.
Very useful tool in Amish country.
So we start to the corner. We look for a clean break here.
Yeah, well, I was a clean break. Dirtbag, how clean is he?
I don't know. I didn't touch him, so...
Yeah, so how did you check him then?
I checked him. He was thoroughly checked.
I hope by a doctor, a trained professional.
Again, we lock up
nice lock
to the
up
corner. Get a nice clean break by Dirtbag Dan and Zachariah.
As clean as possible for
as clean as possible, yes.
Dirtbag Dan.
Shoulder tackle was not a good idea by Dirtbag Dan.
Seemed like a great idea. It worked to my plan.
Quick. Nice move by Zachariah Gibbs.
Yeah, you were probably looking the other way or trying to call me for something
was
dirty.
Involved in the match.
You don't even have your glasses on in the match. How
I don't need them in the match.
I'm sure. Are those prescription by a trained professional?
Sure,
doctor?
you should be critiquing your match here, Mr. Gibbs.
I've seen this footage many times at PAPW. Paul Roma has critiqued it many times. I'm just trying to critique your work now.
Dirtbag Dan with an elbow to the back of the head.
I'm pretty sure that's
Gibbs,
an illegal
and
move.
then a nice knee to the head there. Go down for the pin. One. You got a one count there. Well, maybe it was two. A little closer than maybe people thought it would have been.
Maybe you should have had your glasses on in the match. Maybe you could have saw my shoulders up were at one.
Zachariah with a closed fist to the stomach.
Yeah. Are those illegal in wrestling, right?
They are illegal.
Well, why weren't you stopping Dirtbag?
To the corner, Dirtbag with the knees to the face. We're getting a really good camera shot here.
Yeah, hats off to the camera guy.
Yeah.
Really, really, really up close.
Yeah, really too close.
I feel like I'm right in the match again.
Well, you get a close shot like that, you can just see everything. don't know the experience level of Dirtbag Dan compared to Zachariah here.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, he's about 0-3 in PAPW. So
he's a competitor, though.
Mm-hmm.
He
takes you to the limit with those elbows in.
So even in Amish country,
just short of
we
a
have
3
showers.
count there.
We bathe in Amish country. Do you not do that here outside of Lancaster?
Some people do. Dirtbag Dan, Jay are kind of the exception. Dan, definitely the exception. Never met a comb he didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're exchanging fisticuffs here. Now, most people would say, why wouldn't you kind of make them open their hands? But it's kind of a catch, and you just let them fight sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Here, apparently we're watching the turnbuckle fight. Zachariah Gibbs kind of gearing up here. If you're a competitor, you don't want to see that move. Him doing that butter churn. That is the butter churn, right?
Yes.
Okay. Looks like you're slightly angry. Nice big power slam. It goes into what could possibly be for his finishing move. Now, what do we call this?
This is the Amish wheelbarrow.
Okay.
Well, to me, it's just a wheelbarrow. But to you, non-Amish, you can call it that.
Let's see, you got the win there.
Got the win over the Dirtologist.
But, he's a dirtbag, so it's very easy to accomplish.
The Amish
that.
are not very nice sometimes, aren't they? A little aggressive.
Some people.
Not as humble as I thought they would be.
Some people trigger that, especially some in this desk in East Haven.
And there's your butter churn.
Yes.
And your hat.
Mm-hmm.
Dirtbag Dan, unfortunately, laid on the ground.
Well,
There he is.
I feel bad for that front row just having to smell him.
I have to mention, we have some people. You've seen a few people with cameras there. We do have at a lot of the PAPW shows, a gentleman from GoPro doing video for the overall presentation.
Yeah, they're the official videographers.
Yes, they are. Excellent group of people, and yes, much better than this. But, we take what we can get. There's Mark Haggerty, the ring announcer extraordinaire.
Very good.
So Zachariah Gibbs walking out. He's got his butter churn. He's happy. And the Sarge is like, give me that butter churn. I'm not finished with it. So a big win.
Yes.
Big win there. So
Now we have a different opponent.
Yeah, this is creepy.
Yes. This had me a little concerned about you.
I wasn't quite sure what to make of this. I still don't think I know what to quite make of it.
Have you been feeling okay?
I've been okay. Someone mentioned that the likeness of the doll was a likeness of me.
Well, they don't
ring.
wear glasses to the ring, so I can see the likeness.
Yes. So, a little creepy. I have to say, was not really sure what to make of this competitor, Jin the Destroyer.
Jin the Destroyer?
Yes. Nothing really says when you're referred to Jin, because that destroys you after you're ever drinking some gin.
Well, yeah, definitely.
And then Destroyer. So, I don't think you're not. Oh, and here we come again, Mr. Gibbs' music. Get a lot of fans applauding there. Nice ring entrance.
Has anybody ever applauded for you, Bill?
No.
Just when you left?
You know what? I noticed one thing, too. Do you guys have irons in Amish country?
No.
You don't. Well, maybe you should back the plow over your shirt and kind of even it out a little bit. We have these things called irons.
I'll make a new one just for you, Bill.
That's it. Maybe you need to get 2 pieces of wood and refabricate your butter churn. So now I'm checking this gin. I'm making sure the doll doesn't talk to me, which I wasn't really.
As you can see, Mario Mancini in the background.
Yeah, I think maybe Mr. Mancini was just a little fed up with maybe overall the things going on. And
as you can hear, that amazing chant.
Now I checked the dial, so he did not have a foreign object in there. Although he might
is
be
the doll
considered
a foreign object?
Yes. So he put your butter churn over here with your nice little hat that you have.
This was this year's autism show?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Right.
Yeah, nice crowd.
Mm-hmm.
All to benefit autism. You got Jin the Destroyer here with his doll waving, which is even more creepier.
Now, why did you not make him put that at ringside?
Because he wanted to apparently show you the doll. Because I know the Amish are very big about dolls. But then takes a cheap shot right to the face.
Yeah.
At that point I was like, hey, you got to get the doll out of there. And Jin just decides to hide. Zachariah just a slightly aggressive getting in there, which I can understand because he took what we'd call a cheap shot.
Now, I like this cameraman a lot better than the last cameraman.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I don't know where we got that other footage from.
So, and here we go.
Only footage I can come up with for that match.
I'm just looking at the doll, making sure for some reason it doesn't crawl behind me and run up my pant leg. So we start the match. Nice Beal. Arm drag. And, a good start to the match for Zachariah.
Yes.
So, now it's interesting because when you're wrestling, you've been doing this such a short period of time, is you usually can see what emotion you have on your competitor's face. Was it a little bit more difficult to kind of figure Jin the Destroyer out here?
I really don't worry about the emotion. I just worry about what they try to do physically to me. So because they can be angry, but that's not
nice clothesline.
They can be any emotion, but they're still going to throw the clothesline and try to attack me. So I must reverse.
Jin with a really nice power slam after taking a few shots to the head, disorienting, I'm sure, to Zachariah. But Jin is kind of a weird, odd character. Very big moves. Not a lot of, cute stuff. Just come in, drop an elbow, drop a leg, go for a pin.
Where'd they find this guy? Showed up out of nowhere?
I think there's... Now, see, here's really...
He
wanted me to count...
This was just not professional.
He wanted me to count the doll, counting him, and I says, you can't do that. So Zachariah throws the doll off. Doll goes flying. Jin's very upset, looking for the doll. Quick, schoolboy. Get a 2 count there.
That count felt a little slow.
Yeah, it's pretty much even. Nice try to kick to the head, another kick to the back, and then a nice drop kick to Zachariah Gibbs. Again, Jin Destroy, not a lot of wasted motion there, very direct.
Are you trying to say that Bill's biased?
I think there might be a conspiracy.
Well, if there wasn't one before the show, you never know. Might be one after. But again, Jin going to the headlock here. Taking Zachariah down, what are you thinking at this point, besides the fact that maybe your butter churn is going to be smashed?
I'm just trying to get out of this hold. He's squeezing my skull.
He had you in a claw hold.
Yes.
Which we can't see here because apparently the cameraman's legs are broken. So nice elbows by Gibbs. You're getting out of this. Now he's got him by the hair. You see him there. It's like pull it. You try to catch as much as you can. And it actually works a little bit better because Zachariah's got very long hair, so you can really see when the hands are in there.
You can see it without your glasses.
That's it. So Jin, again, to the stomach, sternum area. I'm sure that felt really good. This is something I didn't understand because he had his man down, and he was going up, and as I'm thinking, if Gibbs does not get up here, it's going to be pretty ugly. And he just really did not have a good angle on the leap from the top rope. And I don't know if maybe he was just off or if he even really thought about what he was doing. But
I rolled out of the way, so none of that.
Well, you
really
rolled,
matters.
but he missed you by, I would say, I don't know, a country mile. But again, clothesline by Gibbs, another clothesline, which had a lot more pop to it. And I think that top rope really kind of gave Jin a little bit of a there. I think he's just really – I just think he's very disoriented. But now this was interesting because Zachariah went high, had a little bit of a issue, but recovered just really amazingly, was going into that flying DDT. And again, I think the top rope, going over the top rope, missing that leap, a couple nice punches, and some of this stuff just – I think at this point Jin is very disorientated. That doesn't help, certainly. And then he rolls him up, and he gets the 3.
He gets the 3.
Wow, that's 2 matches in a row that I refereed for Zachariah.
But you came out for Mario in this match, and
you
didn't try to stop him in any way. So
well, officially,
he's
once
kind of the boss, though. I mean, what are you going to say?
He's the CEO, but he is not.
Once I count 3, and there's no what we would call extracurricular activity in the ring.
Well, this was extracurricular activity.
Or something you might know is called shenanigans.
Right.
What I do is I just basically leave the ring, unless I'm instructed to go back out there.
All right, let's hear what Mario has to say.
As Bill just walks right by Mario Mancini. See, he's jealous of that ovation I get.
Mr. Mancini not endearing himself to the fans there.
No.
He's so angry.
They're not treating him with respect.
He's so angry.
Mario Mancini.
He's so angry he broke the mic. He probably crushed it with his bare hands.
Yeah, I don't think he's that strong. Is that our cameraman? Just I don't think he's much of a legend.
He is a legend. Do you wear a diaper?
That's a false statement.
Okay. Like fake news?
Yes.
Have you met our president?
I have not.
Okay, just checking. Mario just seems very, very angry here.
Yes, he does.
I don't know. I think that there's a lot of anger that's channeled up here. You're in for a fight, Mr. Gibbs.
Do we have any video footage of him being?
And you know what? Big Steve does not say a lot.
No.
But when he speaks, it's big. So
The man, a few words, but when he talks, people listen.
Walks soft and carry a big stick, and that's what he does. So he just made the match.
See, Mario never got this kind of cheer or ovation from the fans. Did he ever even
it's
get
sad,
an entrance song?
Sometimes the thing about fans, sometimes they just don't know what's right for them.
Well, I am right for them.
They don't know what's best for business.
They don't.
Well, I'm best in the business.
Guys like Mario and myself, we know what's best for business.
I don't think you do.
I don't think Mario wants to be associated with him.
We have a great
I would
working
think that you would,
relationship.
seeing Zachariah Gibbs, listen, a tremendous, he's only, he's a young man, coming to wrestle in, quote unquote, the big city.
Mm-hmm.
Has gotten a lot of training. And
If you call East Haven a big city.
It is a big city.
Is this
a big
even a
city.
city?
It is a big city.
He'd never make it in Manhattan.
Yes. Well, Manhattan's overwhelming. It'd be, it's too much. But I think you would have to say that at the end of the day, you look at, you have a respect for Mr. Mancini for what he's done and what he's taught you. So this is almost like, and I liken this to, and I'm going to go back a little bit. I'm going to go way back.
How far? Like
I'm going to go
caveman?
I'm going way back because you're going to be like, he pulled this. This is obscurity knocking. You remember the Georgia Championship Wrestling?
I do.
You remember Magnum TA?
I do. I used to, yeah.
You remember Mr. Wrestling?
I do.
Mr. Wrestling, a legend, was taught Magnum TA, who was an amazing wrestler. Unfortunately, got in an accident and was not able to wrestle. But
Were
Were you a part of that accident, Bill?
what's that? No, I was not.
But okay.
A career, as you said, cut way too short.
Right.
I see this likening to Mr. Wrestling and Magnum TA because eventually student and teacher clashed. I see that very much here. And at the end of that, Magnum TA always said he respected Mr. Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Wrestling said, although he didn't agree with Magnum TA on the way he did things, he respected the fact that he respected him. And I think that's what we have here. But at the end of the day, it's a wrestling match, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And in a wrestling match, what do you want to do?
I will win this wrestling match.
That's what he wants to win. I will not speak for Mr. Mancini, but I will allude
Well,
to the
Mr.
fact that
Mancini
I'm sure
could
he
speak
wants
for
to win
himself
also.
if he
Of course.
came face to face with me on this amazing show.
Oh,
But he
well,
did
first
not.
of all, we might need to check because he said this was an amazing show.
Mario Mancini loves the squared circle.
Not enough
Mr.
to show up.
Mancini has been in this show. He's been on a number of different shows, but yes, I would say that he enjoys these shows. He's come to the show a number of times. But I think right now what you do is you got two different worlds collide. I go back to Marvel DC. That's what we're looking at here. So let's just hope it's a good, clean match.
I'll make it a good, clean match. Mr. Mancini, I'm not so sure.
Well, I can't speak for him, but it's going to be one hell of a barn burner. Where, Jay?
Mohegan Sun.
When?
April 21st.
At what time?
7 p.m.
And what time will you show up?
At 9.
7:15.
So, there are a lot of other matches on the card that will be put out probably very soon. But
this is obviously main event.
This is good. This is going to be a good one, and let's just see how it goes. So
This is the biggest event that Mohegan's, that PAPW has had.
And there have been a lot of them.
Right.
We do Autism, Dieselmania, just to name a few. Dieselmania is our, essentially, WrestleMania.
Pretty much.
And I'm just going to, we talk about that we are the defenders of indie wrestling.
Yes, we are.
And you have to look at this as this is a big show. It not just for us, but this is the Mohegan Sun.
Mm-hmm.
And who else in the world has done shows at the Mohegan Sun? One. WWE.
WWE.
So you say WWE, Mohegan Sun. Now when you talk about Mohegan Sun, you have to talk about PAPW. So what you say to everybody is this is an opportunity for someone. Clearly we're not the WWE.
Mind you, PAPW is not going to be running in the arena.
Yes, but you're still there at the Mohegan Sun.
I mean, maybe one day.
And I say this is just a precursor to maybe that happening someday. So what it is getting out anybody who's out there who supports indie wrestling, who's been on the PAPW event, anybody who has friends that are going to be on there. This is an opportunity for everybody to support something pretty big, and I know there's always a little bit of a rub with different organizations, and everybody tries to play very nice, but this is the one opportunity for people to go and say, let's just support these guys, and hopefully somebody gets a foothold because, what we're all trying to do is just make things, trying to make things, elevate everything. And just like Mr. Mancini and Mr. Gibbs will be elevating that match. I think that's probably could be the sleeper match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
where people are going to leave that casino going, wow, that was really good. So
Now, keep in mind, the world is watching.
the world is watching.
You get people from all over the world going to Mohegan Sun.
Yes.
So you don't know who's going to be walking into that ballroom. It's part of a whole fitness exposition that entire day.
It's a who's who.
Right.
Yeah. I would also encourage everybody is to go on the PAPW website.
Mm-hmm.
Also like PAPW on Facebook, because I know we are doing Facebook Live. We are doing something else with GoPro Live. So liking them on their Facebook pages, you should be able to hit that link where if you don't get to the show, you could watch it live.
That's great.
You know, so
GoPro is also a streaming service.
they have something that they're doing right now. I think there'll be more information coming out.
Okay.
So I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't know the technical pieces of it.
I'm trying to liken it to the one Blitzkrieg just used. I can't remember their names now. They also streamed.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we did. There's just a lot of things that are going to be going on in that show, so it's going to be very, very interesting. So, what else we got?
What else do we have? I mean,
I don't know, Mr. Gibbs. Where do you? What is? I guess one of the interesting things is you talked about getting up at 5 a.m, and going to work on the farm. Is there anything specific that you do as part of your training? Like, are you tipping cows or something like that? Tossing chickens?
I don't tip my cows. I lift my cows.
Okay.
And
Well, if you tipped them, then you picked them up. That's still that's working your biceps, right? Triceps.
yes.
Yeah. So, is there one thing that you see that you do in your training that, just because of the nature of what you do for your personal life, that pushes you over that finish line, that makes you feel that you're going to be that much more conditioned, that much more stronger than your competitors? There's a particular thing? Is it raising barns? Is it getting up that
It's
early?
just the whole Amish lifestyle.
Okay.
They have all this fancy technology in gyms, but nothing matches the strength of lifting a barn with your bare hands and lifting a cow all by yourself and running around a giant field.
as long as you're lifting that cow properly.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you don't lift properly, it'd be very dangerous.
Right. You always have to stretch first.
Right.
Do you stretch?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what does Zachariah Gibbs eat for breakfast in the morning?
Eggs.
Every morning.
Just one egg?
Yes.
Just one egg?
Yes.
One?
Yes.
One tiny little egg?
Yes.
That's it? That's all you eat?
Yes.
For breakfast?
Yes. Is there something wrong with the mics? Is
One egg, that big?
is Professor not getting this?
What's your favorite coffee? Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks?
What is he?
You got to pick one.
Jay, they don't have those things there.
They don't have Starbucks in Amish country?
No. They probably do, but he doesn't know where it is. When you're talking Starbucks, he's probably talking, it's something, star or buck in the sky. What is it?
Do you have Walmart?
No.
No
I've
Walmart, no Dunkin' Donuts.
I've seen so many Amish
where
with
is
their
this?
carriages at Walmart. I've been through Pennsylvania, and they do. They have, much surprisingly, they have little kiosks so that they could tie their
That was
wagons and buggies.
That was the West Lancaster.
That's West Lancaster.
Yes, I'm on East Lancaster.
They're the highfalutin ones.
Yes.
The tech giants over there in Western Lancaster.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the Techno Amish?
Yes.
Okay.
Techno Amish.
Techno Amish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Techies.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, they're the ones that are shunned.
Oh.
They wear like blue shirts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if you're blue shirt, you're shunned.
I don't know, but you're considered, you're out there.
Oh.
So
You're not real Amish.
not real Amish like white shirt here is.
Yes.
Instead of bringing a horse and buggy, why don't you just call an Uber?
Jay, he doesn't have a phone.
It's 2018.
In Amish know no time.
80,
besides,
not BC.
Amish know no time besides waking up at 5 a.m.
5 a.m.
How do you wake up at 5 a.m.?
The chicken.
The chickens?
They roost, yes.
Oh, they roost.
So what if the chicken oversleeps?
They never do.
What if
So
someone
what if they did?
What if someone was to inadvertently drop a burning barn on your chicken?
I have backup chickens.
You have backup chickens.
What if I took your chicken out to the bar one night and got it drunk?
I would,
That would, but Jay,
I-
that's a date for you. So
Hey now.
It was too easy. Hold on.
Hey now.
Oh, Jay, 195 to 2.
I'm too tired to even respond to that.
Yeah. There was another joke in there, but then we'd be off the air.
So you don't watch television at all?
There are no televisions in Amish country.
But do you watch?
When you're out of Amish country?
Don't you guys have like a thing called a Frimikaka or something where you get to go out and go wild, like Amish going wild, like once a year or something?
That's the West Amish again.
The West Amish, they're a bunch of they're bad.
They're savages.
They're savages.
They're just doing wrong to the Amish name.
Oh my God! Well, what do you?
They're trying to bring.
They're trying to burn our barns.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
They're trying to make the Amish people better by instilling technology.
Nah, then that's just not out.
I hope nobody Amish watches this show.
But it's not the 1700s.
Well, we can say whatever we want. They don't watch TV.
That's impossible.
After, no matter the outcome with Mr. Mancini, who would you like your next opponent to be?
Marcel Williams for the PAPW championship.
Really?
Yes.
Go big or go home.
Yeah.
Like,
So you would say this is probably the match against Mario Mancini is probably the most important match of your career to date. Yeah. So you feel the win over Mr. Mancini based on his lineage would propel you to that top spot over the Richard Holidays, over the Sergeant Murrays,
yes.
over the Big Daddy Dre from the House of Pain. You figure any of those?
None of them have ever faced or beaten a WWF superstar, and that's something I will do, all in the same
All right.
night.
Good point. Good point. Now you said, I noticed he's changed though. He said that he's going to beat a WWE superstar. So now I think we're on the right track here. So
That'll be deflating for Mario if it was.
I don't know. I'm telling you. Listen, it's all or nothing.
It's all or nothing.
So how you getting to the show?
Jacob Zimmerman will pick me up in his horseless buggy, and we will go to Mohegan.
So the show's on.
Car.
So
horseless buggy.
the show's on Saturday, right?
Yes.
So you're probably gonna have to leave early because that buggy's gonna take a long time to get up there.
You're probably going to not have time to milk the cows.
I'll find time.
You're going to have to get up at 3 in the morning or 2 in the morning.
That's what the Amish do, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
And if the cows are sleeping, you're just going to have to wake them all up. Or
well,
you just milk them even if they are sleeping.
We'll have to see. I'm not sure yet.
Why don't you get something that with a timer on it where it automatically milks the cows?
Because that's technology, Jay.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
That's probably
It's
something
easier.
the West Amish will do.
Anything you'd like to say to your fans out there?
Just keep supporting me.
Buy your T-shirts.
Yes.
Buy the shirt.
Buy his T-shirts. I'm sure you'll have quite a few T-shirts at the Mohegan Sun.
Yes.
Yes. You got to make that. You got to build another barn, get another cow, get an extra alarm clock chicken.
Yes.
Do something.
Right.
Awesome. So, Jay, you will be at the show.
I will be at the show.
Dangerous Dan will be there if we let him in. I will be
Possibly
there.
if he's back from assignment.
He's back from assignment from Istanbul. So, what do we have anything else? I would say that stay tuned for some of the next shows. We'll probably have a lot more content in regards to.
We'll have a lot. We'll have a lot more. Hopefully, we'll have some long overdue Pioneer Valley footage.
Yep.
Their last 2 events were canceled, unfortunately, and hopefully the one this evening, as it's being filmed, will not be canceled, and I'll be able to get up to the mall.
I can hear a siren.
There's a
Coming
siren.
from you, Jay.
Yeah.
I must have heard that you were dating chickens. So we got all or nothing.
We got all or nothing.
PAPW,
Right.
the 21st
The 21st.
of April, 7 p.m.
Right.
Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun.
We've talked about it before, but the week after that we have Battlefront.
Right. We have a quick plug for Blitzkrieg the night after.
So listen, in that Massachusetts area.
Let's run the schedule.
Yes.
PvP tonight, as we're filming this, would be April 15th.
Gotcha.
At the Eastfield Mall. Next week we have PAPW All or Nothing on the 21st.
Then on the 22nd, you have
Blitzkrieg Pro Wrestling.
and Blitzkrieg Progress. I heard Fire Ant's going to be there.
Fire Ant.
I love Fire Ant.
Right.
Amazing competitor.
Mhm.
You should fight Fire Ant.
Maybe you should have him come on this amazing program and we can meet.
Yeah, you could.
Introduce him to some of the Chikara people. They're down in his area,
It's
sort
too
of.
much technology overload.
So the 22nd would be Blitzkrieg. The 27th would be Battlefront Pro Wrestling. That is Friday night
Friday night up in Ludlow.
up in Ludlow.
I will be there for that show.
You will be there. You will be reffing yet again.
Mhm.
We will be there with our beautiful HD camera.
Yes.
But which cameraman?
What's that?
Don't know.
The one that doesn't take pictures of people's baseball caps. So
That's the schedule.
that's the schedule.
That's the schedule as it is.
All right. Well,
Do we have any more Friday night fights coming up?
there is, I would say, for the month of May, go to PAPW on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go to our website. But from what I just recently saw, PAPW will basically have something, 2 Friday night fights and 2 main events in, I think, New Milford and Middletown during May. And then we have 2 Friday night fights. So PAPW is stacked for May.
A lot of PAPW coming up.
Yeah, I'm sure Zachariah Gibbs will be there. The Friday night fights
Will
are
you be
always-
there, Professor?
I will be there. I will be there.
What
just
are
to
you a
make sure.
professor in?
What's that?
What are you a professor in?
Barn burning.
Right.
So, on that note,
On that note, we were pretty much all set.
yes, sir.
So we were looking forward to. You don't pick up your butter churn at the
Nah.
end?
Nah.
No, you're just going to let the butter churn sit there.
Yeah,
You are.
Hollywood J. Williams,
You are.
Zachariah Gibbs.
Jay, I am.
Professor Bill Thompson.
Send us out.
Good day and good luck. We'll see you next week.